Good morning, Jackednnerdy fans. Jeremy here with another review video. Today we are reviewing Halloween Ends. This is the third installment of the recent Halloween franchise movies. So we've been looking forward to this one for a couple of months now. So before I jump into that review though, just a reminder, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you guys never miss out on a video. And if you do enjoy our content, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That lets us know to keep going and it gives us all the support and encouragement to do these videos. So with that out of the way, Halloween Ends. So some people would say that this is a tired franchise. I personally do enjoy these films. They've been around for ages. They've done various different incarnations of the Halloween franchise. Me personally, I was a big fan of the Rob Zombie movies. I thought they were really good, but critically they weren't well received. Even John Carpenter, the creator of the original, said he wasn't a fan. But me personally, I did thoroughly enjoy the Rob Zombie version. However, these last few movies, the most recent trilogy, I suppose you'd say, consisting of Halloween, that was released in 2018, and Halloween Kills, that was released in 2021. This is like the third and final kind of installment of this series of movies. And I'd have to say, usually when they come to like trilogies in the third installment, especially when it comes to horror movies, they tend to really take a big dive. However, this movie I did thoroughly enjoy, to be honest. Of course, it had influences from Johnny Carpenter, who obviously was a producer. Even Jamie Lee Curtis was also a producer on this film. It was directed by David Gordon Green, who has a very good track record with these types of movies as well. So this movie takes place 4 years after the events of the last film, and they make it very clear about that from the very early starts in the film. So it kind of makes you wonder like what's been going on over 4 years. But they do a really, really good job of kind of not filling in the blanks, but just giving you a bit of an idea on what's been going on and how things have changed since the last movie and all that. It's really good that they don't leave too many unanswered questions, which quite often with these types of movies they don't answer a lot of questions. They just kind of leave things up to the audience imagination. So they do a really good job of just kind of giving you a bit of an intro as to where everyone's at, what's been going on, how, and all that. They introduce some new characters in the form of Rowan Campbell, playing Corey Campbell. I have to say, he was actually a standout for me. I actually thoroughly enjoyed the actor, his portrayal of the character, and also the way they wrote the character and gave him his character arc, I found was really, really interesting, and he did a fantastic job. So big thumbs up to Rowan Campbell. He was one of the biggest standouts for me. But of course, it brings you back to Jamie Lee Curtis and her character, Andy Matichak, who plays obviously the granddaughter Allison, Kylie Richards, Judy Greer. It really kind of brings everyone back again for a continuation of the story from the last three films. Now, with a lot of these kinds of slasher films, whether it be Halloween, Friday the 13th, Freddy, Nightmare on Elm Street, the shtick can become a bit repetitive and what have you. They did a very interesting thing with this movie. Now, I don't want to give away any spoilers, but they kind of introduced a bit more of if you're a fan of the horror genre, they took some tropes from other horror movies and kind of wove them into this movie. The one that really kind of sprung to mind with me, if you're a fan of it, was My Bloody Valentine. So there are a few elements of My Bloody Valentine worked into this, which made it quite interesting, and made throughout the film kind of made you kind of think, oh well, how is this all? How is this all connected, or what's going on exactly? So it was very, very interesting, and there were moments where you kind of, you think you know what's going on, but then you find yourself questioning yourself, going, oh, I wonder if this is really what's happening, or I think this is what's going on, but I'm not really sure. I could be mistaken. So it's good. It has that psychological element as well that keeps you kind of guessing as to exactly what's going on. And again, as always with these types of films, you want there to be some very gruesome kind of kills and creative kills in a sense. They did not disappoint with this movie. They did quite a good job with that as well. I mean, there's not I will say, compared to the first two movies, there's not as many kills in this movie, I feel. They kept the kill count quite low, but it does work in this movie's favour, I found. Like I said, so not a lot of kills, but the kills are creative in some elements, and sometimes they're also just classic, kind of Michael Myers kind of kills as well. So, so look, with these types of horror movies, you want those kind of jump scares, and you want those kinds of creative things. So I was not disappointed by any means with this movie. I enjoyed it from start to finish. Would I say it's my favourite out of the Halloween, this recent Halloween trilogy? No. I did enjoy the first two, probably that slight bit more. But while I'm saying that, it's not a bad movie by any stretch. It's not a bad movie. It's a good movie. It's a decent movie. I found that they kind of tied everything all up to a satisfactory conclusion. Unlike with a lot of these kind of movies, they always kind of, drag things on, leave things unresolved, kind of, what have you. I felt for this particular trilogy of films, the 2018 and 2021 and now this one, they really did a good job of just kind of tying everything up and kind of giving a satisfactory resolution to this trilogy. Again, I'm a huge fan of the Rob Zombie ones, contrary to what a lot of other people think. But these movies were great because they were kind of co-created by the original creator, Johnny Carpenter. He had a lot of influence, kind of brought things right back to the original. So that was really, really good. So all in all, I would give this movie a solid 6.5, 7 out of 10. Purely because it is the horror genre. Horror genres don't get a lot of they don't get a big budget. They don't get a lot of rope and freeway, but also they've got to kind of stay in their lane a little bit. They can't kind of go too far out there. But like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I liked that they kind of expanded it from its original kind of trope, and they integrated elements of other horror type movies into it, just to kind of give it a bit more substance and kind of branch out a little bit. At the moment, I think on Google or Rotten Tomatoes, I'm not sure, it's getting an 82%. Which I would agree with. I would agree with that. I think that's a fair rating. I think anything from 75 and up is fair for this movie. Like I said, it was very, very entertaining. I enjoyed it. Would I watch it again? Absolutely. I would definitely watch it again. Maybe if it comes out on streaming or something like that, I'll sit down and watch it again for sure. So that's a big plus. Sorry. So that is my non-spoiler review. Okay. Oh, one last thing. Of course, it wouldn't be Halloween without them bringing back the original soundtrack and composition. Obviously, originally written by Johnny Carpenter. It's throughout this whole film as normal. So it's always good to hear that theme come back as well. Okay, so that's my non-spoiler review of Halloween Ends. I enjoyed it immensely. I would like to know what you guys think. Did you enjoy this film? Is it something that you would watch again? Is it one of your favorites out of this most recent trilogy? Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts. And again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoy these videos, give them a thumbs up. Also, keep an eye out on the channel. We got lots more reviews coming out. Next week, Black Adam comes out, so I'll be doing a review of that. So I am going to a Thursday night screening, so my review will not be coming out until the following Friday morning. So our review video next week will be coming out late. We've also got review videos coming up for the latest Hellraiser movie that just came out on Hulu, and also Werewolf by Night, the latest Marvel and Disney Plus release, and lots more coming up over the next couple of months. So make sure you keep an eye out on the channel, or even better, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way, as soon as we post our movies on the YouTube channel, it will come up in your suggestions, so you don't have to go searching for it. So, until next time, guys, stay jacked and stay nerdy.